praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. The brother announced that the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation to all you men that push this word in sincerity and in all truth. This is one piece of GMS Trinidad just come, to give a vid and hope that it be edifying to the nation of Israel. Right?
Good. Alright. So basically what we're touching on, right, is prophecies, as you can see. Right, the brother have up a screenshot on his device, right, with TNT doubles, which is basically a delicacy over here in Trinidad. A lot of people eat, especially for breakfast in the morning. It was once $5, but now because National Flour Mills, a company over here in Trinidad, right, they're gonna raise the flour price. So the TNT Doubles Association say basically a doubles will go up to $10. But before, back in my days, a doubles used to actually be $2. Right? And in a previous video I talk about basically how the minimum wage is basically $17.50, and basically only once every 5 years or so you'll see somebody's salary actually raise. But food prices raise like 2, 3, 4, up to 5 times a day.
Hey, if I can say, me personally, we have been getting 9% salary in 4 years now. I think we've been raising drastically every year.
Let me look at it like this. If it says the $17.50 basically is the minimum wage. Somebody who working minimum wage, if they're buying $4 in the morning and 4 in the night, like basically the salary.
Which is ridiculous.
You understand? And they ain't gonna good to eat.
You have to work a whole hour to buy 1 doubles
and a drink.
And a drink. You understand? I madness.
Really, actually, they don't really need, these businesses don't really need to raise the prices because they ain't losing out on it.
No,
they ain't losing anything.
They're continually making money.
Yeah.
And I see an incident last night where, on Charlotte Street, it's called Chinatown. Somebody like a break in the place, and they will see that going on happen more and more and get rampant because they actually pay people back against a wall.
Rabbi Zeb, this is Micah 2 and verse 2. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and they take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Yeah, that's exactly what he saw. That's Esau's main goal. Esau's main goal is to oppress James, right? To get them real uncomfortable, right? That's Esau's sole purpose.
I have a quick precept here for you.
Because he hates his brother in the heart.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 10. It says, Psalms chapter 10 and verse Psalm chapter 10 and verse 9. It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to pour. That's no. Psalm chapter 10 and verse 8. It says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. He secretly placed. In the secret place doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor.
And so his eyes always against the poor, and the poor is basically Jake. Alright? But basically also what we want to touch on is the fact that Yahweh Shem Yoshai have warned you people about these things from the beginning of time. You understand? And if you could get Isaiah 40, I think it's 45 and see where 45 and 3 say. If not 45 and 3, check 48 and 3 first. Alright? Because of the iniquity of our forefathers, right? So from from the beginning, the Most High warned us, if it is that we go astray from his laws, statutes, and commandments, that these going to be the punishment that going to come upon the house of Jacob. Right? So you could bring the Isaiah 48.
This is Isaiah 48 and 3. It says, I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I shewed them and did them suddenly, and they came to pass.
Yes, exactly. So from even the time of Moses, all right, when the children of Israel came out of the land of Egypt, which was roughly over 4,000 years ago, if I'm doing the maths correct, right? Because I think it's about somewhere around 2000 BC, right? If I'm not mistaken, that Moses and them would have received the law, statutes, and commandments. I could always get corrected on that. All right. So.
All right. This is the book of Habakkuk 2.
It's in the tip.
And I read at verse 2. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the visions and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Yeah. So when the Lord was even given the law, all right, he basically gave out this what you call basically like an ultimatum. You understand? He said, I present before you a blessing and a curse. So from the beginning, the Lord warned that these going to be the consequences if we disobey law, statutes, and commandments. That is why we're going to suffer inflation, which they say basically for this year, inflation prices in the groceries are going to continue going up. You understand? And guess what? They're not going to raise the minimum wage. And even if they raise it, they're going to come like they're going to make no sense. Right? Continue to precept.
We don't know, and it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
And right now it's speaking. So that is to show you what we in the end. Yeah, precept they come.
Done. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 26, and I started at verse 15. It says, sorry, not 15, 23, sorry. It says, and if ye will not be reformed by me, by these things, but will walk contrary unto me, then will I also walk contrary unto you.
Yeah, but the word reform means to be more or less renewed.
God.
If you will not be reformed, right? Because when they come into the street, it's a new person. Right? So the Lord telling you to skip or to pour off that old person, right? And after the Lord, Mashiach to deal with it and become new.
Anyone that comes to Mashiach come with a new creature.
Son.
You know what it says? Then will I also walk contrary unto you, and will punish you yet 7 times for your sins.
Yeah, and how basically you people walking contrary unto the Lord? Because you might be saying, but how we walking contrary unto the Lord? Because when the Lord send the prophets out there, and the Lord warn you people, what you pull away your ears, you pull away your shoulders, and it's like, them talking madness.
It's in the backs.
Can. So you say, well, you start to move contrary, so the Most High moving contrary to you too.
It's in the heart like an animal stone.
Can.
You just should have a forehead of brass.
Boy, and I like iron sinew. Yeah, Monda? Or I think you're going down to 26.
It says, and I will bring a sword upon you that will avenge the quarrel of my covenant.
Yeah, and the Lord say he go bring the sword of famine. You understand? Because a sword, as we keep teaching you idiots, is not a literal what you know a sword to be. Sword just mean a killing instrument. A knife is considered a sword. A dead famine is considered a sword. It just take away life. You understand? It's a killing weapon. Word.
It says, and when ye are gathered together within your cities, I will send a pestilence among you, and ye shall be delivered into the hand of your enemy.
And we are delivered into the hands of the enemy. When King David said in Psalms 108, who shall bring me to the strong city? Who shall deliver me to, I think he mentioned Edom, right? He said, isn't it you, O Yahweh, whom we have sinned against? You understand? Motherfucking said I'm butchering it. Let me get it. Psalms 108 and I think it's verse 6. Psalms chapter 108 verse, so bear with me. Psalms 108 and right, it says, right, Psalms 108:10, who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? And guess what? King David himself didn't go into Edom under captivity. Will not thou, O power, who has cast us off, and will not thou, O power, go forth with our hosts? And I used to show you that King David was a prophet. A lot of you Christians did not know King David was a prophet. You understand? It says a Muslim had to trip up a so-called Christian with that, using the same Bible. You understand? Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Through power we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. So he's showing you what the precept that the brother reading there and all what is prophecies. You understand? Because right now we are delivered to the hands of the enemy, which is Esau Edom.
I can say something.
Can, yeah?
No. We start off on inflation, right?
Can, yeah?
And now we're showing that the reason why all these things happening onto the nation is just because of disobedience. Right? So right now we showing you what you need to get right with the Most High in order for things to change around. Things ain't gonna change around this year in this kingdom for we, because scripture says we are this day in our captivity. Right? But in order for things to change, you have to, go back onto your Abba Shem Yashai.
Because it's the old path.
As I was breaking down for them the word reform, I was just looking for a precept here real quick. With that, I will start at, this is Wisdom of Solomon 9, I'll start at 17. And thy counsel, who hath known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above. For so the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed, and men were taught the things that are pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom.
Done.
So it had to be reformed.
Scripture says wisdom should be the stability of thy time.
You understand? Right, go ahead.
It's Deuteronomy 28 and 33. It says, the fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
Now that is the Greeks and the Romans, right? And right now we still underneath the Greco-Roman Empire. That is why right now you could see every so-called thing that they're talking about in Greek. And I'm talking most likely the Delta, the Omicron, and the whole kingdom set up after the Greco-Roman Empire, having senates and elections, so-called democratical rule. All right? And you people, you're going to suffer this year. You don't say you're going to suffer a serious famine.
I don't think it was 4,000 years, yeah?
No, I was talking about like after the time with Yahushai too. It had BC and I'll just roughly think it with all the years itself.
Yeah.
BC and AD one time now. So it could come like that.
I think from day to day, I think also.
Something here? Anybody anything?
Correct.
But go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 5. Starting at verse... I'll start at verse 14. It says, moreover, I will make thee waste and a reproach among the nations that are around about thee in the sight of all that pass by.
We read in the Ezekiel 5?
Can.
Oh, can, yeah.
So it shall be a reproach and a taunt,
Mm-hmm.
and instruction and as astonishment unto the nations that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgment in thee, and anger and in fury, in a furious rebuke. I, Yahweh, had spoken it.
Can, because why? Jacob going and suffer the most. Because why? Always the lowest on the food chain. Right? That is why it is called Jacob's trouble. Because when you check it, all these other nations, they actually have something to actually go back on. Right? The mass majority of poor people on the earth are you Negroes, Latinos, and natives. These people who, Elam, Moab, right? Them Japhetic nations, them Hamitic nations, they could turn back, they could go back on something and could turn their way, call it into cryptocurrency. We can't do that. You know how much for one so-called Bitcoin? You understand? They could do that. Because just now we're going into what a so-called digital economy. Right? These other nations, they have farmlands and stuff. They could always go back and plant. With you people living in a concrete jungle in these so-called suburbs and they think, well, you're living a nice life. Hey, it's another precept also bring out also. I think it's in the same lamentation, but what? I was talking about people who drive in the big Range Rover and thing. When the scripture say in Ezekiel 4 that they should eat the, we call it by weight and drink the water by measure. A lot of you jakes who up there driving big and thing and you have a woman for every day of the week and stuff, all you're going and say, but really and truly, this is me. This is why I gone to buy one banana a day and a glass of water, but I used to be eating me every Christmas my big pork ham. Me iguana, me go to my lap, which is abominable meat and them kind of stuff. Right? But all you going and sink. All you big time entertainers, you going and sink. All of them catching all your ass through this pandemic already. Right? Yeah, more?
Yeah.
Can.
Verse 16 says, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be in their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you.
Yeah.
And I will increase the famine upon you, and I will break the staff of bread.
Yeah, because we keep on warning you people right now. Right now, we infested with the African snails. Right? We have locusts in Princeton. We have locusts in Muruga, which is two big farming areas. Also, we heard, as I mentioned last time, I don't want to call the name, right? But a powerful group of family over here, they're also doing the same thing over here by paying farmers to destroy their crops, right? America doing the same thing, and Trinidad is a big import country. They no longer have sugar cane, they no longer sell cocoa, they don't own Pitch Lake again. So the evil arrows of famine going and pierce you Trinidadians real dread.
And the auction in Petro.
Serious? Oh yeah, can. Or the precept that the tobacco was saying with those people, those Jake was living lavishly. Lamentation 4:5. They that did feed delicately are desolate in the streets. They that were brought up in scarlet embrace dunghills. So one soldiers wearing glorious robes and big time clothes, Gucci's, Gabbana and Louis Vuitton. You understand? But guess what going on? Go on? No longer. Right? It's a Jake out there right now singing with Kodak Black and thing. Don't want to call his name, but he's from them beat-em side and thing. You understand? Always talking about the Louis Vuitton and Gucci and Gabbana, but we're going and go on with your ass. All our gold leaders be wearing and stuff. Right? Anyway, this the finishing Ezekiel?
Yeah, I'm on Ezekiel. It's verse 17. It says, so will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence, and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, have spoken it.
And you see when he said that, I have spoken it, but your bottom the like going to happen. Right? It happened in the past. Well, he told you before it happened. He showed an example of it in the past, and it's going to happen in the future also. So in this very present time that we're living in. Right? The Lamentation 4:9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away stricken through for want of fruits of the field. The hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. So a lot of you women go and eat your babies. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. No wonder why they say we're going to have a zombie apocalypse. It says Yahweh had accomplished his fury. He had poured out his fierce anger and had kindled a fire in Zion, and it had devoured the foundations thereof. I'll put the video on pause now. Alright, yeah, Salaki about that we had to kind of pause the video. Alright, so you getting back to it. Alright, so yeah, just sketching back up. So I'll read Lamentations 4:9 to 11. Again, it says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, for these pine away, stricken through for want of fruits of the field. The hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. They would their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Right? And that time soon coming again, where a lot of you women, right? Because apparently when you really check women, all right, it seems like they
Blow ye.